What is up, YouTube? It is BD2Easy bringing you another war recap from this past arranged war with our friends over at Red Omega. So they did take this one home. A great war, very tough. Props over to all our friends at Red Omega for evening the score at 1-1 on our arranged matchups. Seems like we faced them more often than not. We were actually trying to match up with Dark Looters, and they were trying to match with One Hive 2.0, and both of our matches matched each other, so we kind of shifted gears and matched up with Reddit Omega. So pretty cool. They had very tough bases. In the end, they just eked out another star on the Town Hall 10s, so great work to them. They definitely deserve the win. So let's jump right into the base that we attacked first, having said that. And this is Tito's spot. I personally had a bit of bad luck this war, but we'll find out later what that was. Here is the base that I was attacking. This is a fresh hit. So, of course, we don't know what's in the CC, and we don't know what the traps are. So let's take a look. We've got a centralized CC. Pretty much unlureable as far as coming right in. So we're not going to lure the CC. We've got the queen here. You can see she aggroes a bit outside the walls on the lower left, which is something to keep in mind. But a very dead space middle compartment. There could be a Tesla farm in there, but likely just kind of forcing you in a big ring around the base. And so with that in mind, I kind of assume there's going to be a double set right here. And maybe over here. Doesn't really make as much sense. So maybe a double and two singles. I don't know. Teslas could be anywhere, truly. So I'm going to drop the plan that I had for this base. The idea was we're going to move around the base in a systematic fashion with our entire army kind of supporting our previous troops as we go in, kind of reinforcing as we move around. And that's the idea. So dropping in the golem right here. Couple of wizards. That's going to take out these two buildings and the cannon. The wizard will step up. Just got to make sure we don't break open the wall prematurely and have the golem walk on us. Second golem's going down here. We're going to drop a hog right on this cannon. That's going to take it out. And then it will turn on the wizard tower. And then once the wizard tower goes down, it will actually path like this. And that will get the lure from the CC. So the Hogs doing a little extra direct damage and getting the lure from the CC. We've got a minion right here that's going to take out these two buildings just for a wide funnel. Not super important, but always good to clean that up as well. AQ is going to go down right behind the golem as well once the Hog goes in. And we're going to wall break open this compartment right about here. Obviously our golems are going to be tanking for those defenses, and no real sweat with the wall breakers. Just check for small bombs. And with that, we're going to send a couple more wizards in behind, maybe 2 or 3. Once everything moves in, we're going to drop a rage spell here, a poison spell on the CC troops as they come out. And then another wizard on the bottom here with the intention of moving this way. So that's going to clear all the trash buildings and that mortar. And once the mortar goes down, I'm going to drop in some wall breakers on a slight angle, kind of even with this mortar. And that's going to move right to this spot right here. So obviously, this cannon and this archer tower need to be tanked by a golem. If they are not, I'm going to drop in a golem here. Our third golem is going to come in and tank for the wall breakers. If we can wait on that golem, that would be ideal. But we definitely want to pop that wall open before everything starts smashing into random walls. Our queen should clear out this whole compartment by herself as she's moving around the base, and then everything should end up over here anyway. So we're going to pop this wall open. Our wizard's going to be clearing the trash. As they move through this compartment, I'm going to drop a jump spell here, and another golem, a couple of wizards on the outside, and the BK. So the BK should go from the camp to this elixir storage, and then aggro onto the enemy queen. And that's going to be clutch for taking her out. Obviously, we already dealt with the CC, and we've got all these buildings in the middle. So having the BK with a rage spell, or with its popping the BK's ability here, is going to be key to speed up all this damage. And of course, we have an extra poison for the enemy heroes. So our wizards are going to continue to funnel outside, and we're going to drop a jump spell bridging this entire gap. Now, I assume this is going to be empty here. So the jump spell will serve to move everything this way. We're going to support a little bit with some hogs on the back side here. But it's all wizards and golems. That's the name of the game. We got 4 golems to tank, and they're just going to move in a big circle around the base. If we have to, we have the wall breakers and the wizards. And then it looks like there's only this archer tower, which is a real threat on the back side. So we've got a couple of hogs coming in this way, making sure that we don't waste too many on the splash damage. And then reinforce with another couple of hogs as well. And that should take them out. Oh, that's unfortunate. All right, we can reload the game, no problem. That's pretty much the plan. We've got 2 jump spells, a rage spell, 2 poison spells, and I believe that should do it for this base. So let's take a look. Let's take a look at the actual attack and see how it went. We got to dig in the warlog here. So, waiting for the use. There's one. Nope. Second attack. There it is. Tito's spot, number 12, going in. So let's check it out. Entry here on the bottom right with our minion. There goes the golem, 2 wizards down. Second golem in, archer queen in. There goes the hog. That's going to take out the cannon a little quicker. That's going to keep our golem up. I'm all about preserving that golem health. If you watched any of my other videos, you know, leaving that tanking is key. The wizards finish off that cannon, and in go the golems, and it's a hound in the CC. So we are going to save that poison and make sure that we use it to get the pups and not necessarily the hound. We've only got that expo on our 2 golems, which is really not that big of a deal. And at this point, you can see something is very wrong. And unfortunately, I was in the middle of a thunderstorm, and I was on Wi-Fi, and my cable went out. So this is pretty much the end of my attack right here. You know, I was still dropping troops through the flashing Wi-Fi symbol, but none of them made it to the server side, and so, you know, my queen is just gonna die, and that's pretty much all she wrote for this attack. So, very unfortunate, 0-star effort as we lose our connection. But, you know, it ended up that we needed a dip from a Town Hall 10 on that attack with Snyder taking it out. So, very unfortunate, you know, kind of frustrating not even to get a chance at taking this out, but we move on to the next attack. It happens. So, this is our second attack, Pugas, and if you recognize this base, I actually 3-starred it in the first scrim with Reddit Omega, and he actually left his base exactly the same. Usually when we see bases like this, where they look familiar, enemy will mix it up and change their trap locations, etc. But for this one, he didn't change anything, unfortunately. So we've got a Tesla and a bomb here. We've got the double set here. We've got a single here, and then a Tesla farm with a bunch of springs in the 12 o'clock compartment. To be fair, he did change his CC composition. Last time I think it was a dragon, and this time it is a P.E.K.K.A, maybe? So if you're curious, you can go back and check the videos. I believe it's around number 20 or so, against Reddit Omega, which was Reddit Omega Labs, if I remember correctly. But basically I used the same exact strategy, but this time with a jump spell and 2 poison spells instead of an earthquake. It didn't actually work as well this time. I had a few little missteps, but I'll draw it up again. We've got a golem coming in here with 2 healers. Oh, draw it a little smaller. We've got a golem right here. That's going to be out of range of the enemy queen. We've got 2 healers on the golem. Second golem's going to come in here. We dump 3 whiz, 2 on the storage, 1 on the lab. We want to take out this mortar to avoid our golem walking. So I did send a hog in on the mortar. We're dropping our queen here. She's going to help create a nice and wide funnel. Once these buildings go down, we're popping this open with wall breakers from the top. The issue was that I had with the funnel was that my wizards dropped too low. I was dropping them somewhere like here. Here. So the idea being they take out this and this, the 2 storages, and then they step up and take out the archer tower. So that will cause my wall breakers to really focus in on this point by the cannon, because it is the next closest building. But the Expo actually kills my wizards from the town hall compartment, and that was the reason the funnel was very slow to develop, and the BK ended up doing something weird where he came in late by design, but like got trapped in this compartment. Like I don't know, it was weird. You'll see. So the first attack, I did an earthquake right here on this junction. This attack, dropping a poison on the CC with a rage spell. And then I used a jump spell very late as I could really hold off on the jump spell, poisoning the enemy king as well. And then we're doing our surgical hogs. So our giant's going to come in, 3 hogs here and here. The idea being that they need to pop this giant bomb. There's also a Tesla here. So they need to kill this Tesla, pop the bomb, take out this air defense, take out this mortar, and then pop the double giant bomb with as small an investment as we can. And then all of the rest of our hogs just straight in, a giant group that are going to go like this and finish up here with a heal spell and a heal spell like that. So trading in the earthquake for an extra poison, hopefully that works out for me. What happened was we ran into a little bit of an issue and almost had a fail, honestly. But let's take a look and see what goes right, what goes wrong, and the difference between the earthquake and the jump spell. So here we have the attack. We're coming in on Pugas number 13 from our 9 o'clock spot. We've got 2 healers down. Our 2 Wiz are down, and then there comes our other golem. Nice and wide funnel. You can see there's nothing covering that mortar. So look, we've got our 2 wizards, and they decided to take a very strange path. They actually go south and then kind of look back up north. It was very strange. I don't know why they walked that way. It looked like they were going to shoot the storage, but they didn't actually. So I did send the Hagen on the mortar. That's going to take it out. And there go in the wall breakers. So because, if I can rewind it, which I can't, but I will go back to that spot, which is really what created a big issue for me in this attack. So we have our wizards, we have the expo taking them out. So now, if you look, the golem never redirects into the cannon. It stays stuck on the wall right there. And that was the difference between the first attack and the second attack. Because it didn't redirect, you can see the enemy queen aggroes onto our queen and starts shooting her. And that forced me to use the ability very early in the attack. So I did not have the ability later on. And, if you've ever done any attacks with a queen where it lasts the whole raid or it doesn't, that makes a huge difference. So the rage spell comes in, we mow through these troops with the poison. Our BK is doing something weird there. We've got a few troops coming in from the south, and you can see how late that jump spell was, making sure the queen took everything out first to try to maximize the timing. And look at the king, just absolutely wasted, unfortunately. He never redirects, despite the fact that nothing's even really close over there. The Hogs kind of peter out. They hit a spring and send an extra 2, which happened to just be enough. So one Hog trips the double, and then here come all the other Hogs. And because my queen is dead, she walked ahead of the golems. The golems are kind of tanking the Tesla, but which actually was a mistake to send the Hogs in from the bottom right. If I had sent them in from 12 o'clock, I would have taken advantage of all of that tanking from that golem that was stuck at the wall in the Tesla farm up here. But by the time the Hogs get there, the golems are dead. So completely wasted the tanking of the golems, and that was pretty wasteful. Bad adjustment on the fly, but we end up with about, 4 Hogs left? So very close, honestly. If they hit another spring, if the heal spell ran out a couple seconds later, or if sooner, I should say, this very easily could have been a high 90% 2-star. But we did finish it off with about 10 or 15 seconds left. So I believe the first attack was the pre-update with the 3 minutes and 30 seconds. So this one, a little faster, but same kind of deal. Taking out number 13 with a very similar GoHeHo. No, there were no valkyries. GoHeHo. GoHeHo. That's right. So, unfortunately, we did have the disconnect. What are you going to do? That's super frustrating. Maybe wait for the weather to clear up next time. I don't know, but we'll manage and we'll get it done next time. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and peace out.